Hi, welcome back to Cedar Porch Homestead. I'm JR, and we have had this Amazon chicken run set up in our backyard for about the last 18 months. So there's a couple questions on whether or not we were happy with it. Would we do it again? What would we change? Because we have done some things that a lot of other people have not done. So here's our review on the Amazon chicken run. First off, I think it's important to show that we have set up our Amazon chicken run a whole lot different than a lot of people on the internet have. We went ahead and built a permanent base out of 2x6s stacked up using landscape blocks, some predator proofing, and we did that so we wanted to create a deep bedding environment for our chickens. Now, I do have a video on that. I'll leave that link in the description below because how we set that up, it's a little bit more involved than what we're gonna do on this Amazon review, but let me just show you real quick what that looks like. So as you can see, we put a 2x6 double stacked with these landscape blocks. We top that with a dimensional lumber so that we have a plate to attach the Amazon chicken run to. And we put a 1x4 across the bottom to increase the predator proofing. And that other video really explains that a whole lot better than what I'm doing here. Also, as you can see, we put a roof on ours. I had some extra corrugated metal. It comes with a tarp. The tarp worked out really great at first. However, we get a lot of wind here in South Texas. The tarp was not gonna last long here in our climate. So the metal roof was a key because we wanted to keep our environment really dry, because a wet environment on this deep litter would create a lot of parasite pathogens. There's be a lot of hygiene issues that we didn't want to come across. Plus, this lets us control the moisture content of this deep compost, because that's what it is. It's a deep compost. That deep bedding is the carbonaceous diaper to soak up all that chicken manure created with the leaves, the grass clippings, the sawdust, wood chips, everything that we throw in there. And the chickens are our heavy workforce of creating deep compost. And that is what one of the biggest things about this Amazon chicken run has provided us, is tons of great garden soil. So let's talk about one of the things I would have done different. If I wouldn't have bought this off of Amazon, I probably would have created this whole structure out of heavy timbers. I'm pretty handy in the wood shop and around wood, so building this out of wood probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. However, 18 months ago, lumber prices were insane, so price point wise, this was a lot cheaper to get this thing ordered. 2 days later, it was here. It's set up super fast, super easy. I did that all by myself, and it's probably a two-man job for the most part, but I'm kind of hard-headed and I was able to knock it out by myself. So one of the other things I would have probably changed at the initial setup of this Amazon chicken run would have been, instead of using the poultry wire that came with it, which that was one of the benefits that it came with its own poultry netting, was I would have switched this out with 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch welded wire, just for a little bit extra level of predator protection, because in our area, our raccoons, I think, are on steroids. The neighborhood dogs, they can push through these things pretty easy, but a raccoon will chew through poultry netting pretty fast. We've lost chickens in the past because of that. Now, having said that, in 18 months, I have not lost a chicken in this chicken run to predation. So maybe it's kind of working, but there's a little bit of a tip to that. So one of the things that's probably saved my chickens more than anything else would be the fact that I built the chicken coop completely separate from the chicken run. The way they have access to this chicken run is through this automatic door I got from Farmlight. This guy is amazing. I've got a video that we've done on the setup of this. I'll link below. Also, if you're interested in these Farmlights, I'll leave a link that you can grab one of these from Amazon below as well. This thing shuts down at night, and using the aluminum door and aluminum guts, it virtually makes it impossible for an animal like a raccoon to get in. What's up, guy? Okay, real quick, last of the negatives would be these zip ties that come with the Amazon chicken run when you order it, and that's what you use to attach the poultry netting to the corners and the structure itself. Now, after 18 months, we've noticed that in some of the spots, especially around the door, they're starting to get brittle, dry rot, and they're breaking off. No big deal. When we ordered this, it actually came with wire as well. So as time goes by, we're just replacing a lot of those zip ties that are breaking with that wire, and it's kind of working itself out. So It's kind of a negative, but at the same time, they provided the solution. If you use wire from the get-go, you don't have to obviously go back and replace it. So just think about that if you decide to go with one of these Amazon chicken runs. So one of the advantages of how we did our chicken run, and I encourage you guys to really look at how we did this, was that on one side, we were able to create a little raised bed garden, and we put the chicken's little favorite snacks. This is Russian comfrey. It's really high in protein. There's some good health benefits to it. And as you'll see, the chickens, they really love it. Told you, they love it. So real quick, let me highlight the positives that we've gotten off of this Amazon chicken run. The way we set it up off the ground to create that deep litter has allowed us to take a lot of hay from the goats, grass clippings, wood chips, leaves, all these things we put in the bottom. These chickens do a wonderful job of adding their own nitrogen benefits to it while also scratching through, breaking it down to create the first step in our compost method, which then translates into an awesome garden because we're creating amazing soil. The second, after 18 months, we've pretty much hit all the inclement weather short of a major hurricane, and it still is holding strong. We have not suffered any wind damage, rain damage. The poultry netting's holding up really well. Now again, I'm probably gonna come back when I feel like that's starting to break down and replace at least the bottom part with that 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch welded wire. But that's not necessary because this stuff is holding up great, especially the fact that those hens are locked away every single night in the safety of their chicken coop. So if you're interested in getting one of these Amazon chicken runs for yourself, I'll leave a link down below in the description. And as always, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we come out with new content. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let us know what's working for you with your own backyard flock, or when you plan to start your own backyard flock, and whether or not you're going to be using one of these Amazon chicken runs. Thank you so much.